All right, let's deal with it. Put my hair in. Crazy. Let's deal with it. This is where the culture divides. This is where the culture divides. We're about to deal with it. Because this is why I'm going to tell y'all exactly what's going to happen and why everybody is going to take this a different way. First of all, blessings. Y'all come welcome to 19 Keys, taking a break. This is what we call taking a break. And we are addressing the culture. Part of the culture anyway, the hip-hop aspect of it. You know what I'm saying? This is where the culture divides. I'm going to tell you why some people think it's hot. I'm going to tell you why Gilly said it was mid. I'm going to tell you why some people, gonna like it, and some people think he came and he did the roasting that he needed to do. Peace to the supernova. When you're on the West Coast, man, we need to get a workout in. So here's what's happening. I listened to the beautiful track that was laid out and given to us by the good brother King Kendrick after we waited patiently, right after Drake utilized AI and got hit with a cease and desist and things of that nature, and baited him to come out and give us a response. And Kendrick Lamar decided to go at the sixth God with 6 minutes. And he went at the sixth God with 6 minutes because he broke down multiple different angles. He started off with smooth. He gave us classic Kendrick, and he went into different emotional flows, right? Sometimes he sounded like Cole. Then he went into different sides of himself. It was good. Now, what he did was he laid the foundation, and this is something that most people don't want for hip-hop, so they're not going to appreciate it, right? Some people talk about I sound like I'm on Kendrick's side. Relax. I don't know none of these guys personally, right? So everybody needs to relax. Everybody needs to relax. But here's the thing. I'm going to tell you why some people do not like it and some people do. So there's a side of the culture that wants the culture to move forward, right? So they like impact rap. There's a side of the culture that just wants to vibe and they like things the way that they are. So they don't mind, emo rap, right? So when Kendrick Lamar is breaking down angles to where he's talking about Drake and he's explaining on how, we like you when you just giving us vibes, but don't try to come on that gangster side. When he's breaking it down saying you from Canada, you feel me, you come over for America for your heritage and things of that nature. When he's getting at him on those particular angles, right? There's a whole entire side of the culture that don't care about pushing the culture forward. They don't care about that kind of impact whatsoever. Right? So therefore, they not listening to that angle. So the people that want to see like more type of rap, like what Kendrick talks about when he say, you don't know nothing about that. You ain't raising your child. You don't know nothing about that. You ain't giving them no morals. So they don't care about that because they just want to hear straight angles of disrespect. They want to hear the gossip. They want to go line for line where you just talking about, what a person is doing behind the scenes. Where there's another side of the culture that kind of look at this as light and dark, right? They look at this as light and dark. They want to see somebody like Kendrick Lamar hold the crown because they want to hear more rap that's impactful, right? Now, then you got him attacking the angles to where it's like he say, when I see you standing next to Sexy Red, I think you see two bad bitches. I think that was clever, right? Because he's attacking an entire culture, right? And he's talking about how Drake pushes up these type of artists to represent as hip hop. He's going at it. He's not trying to win the fly by night, right? People that just want to vibe in a club and listen to Drake. Because some of y'all spend so much time in the club, all y'all want to hear is club music, right? Because y'all have made this the most exciting part of your life. I get that, right? So people who are the club is the most exciting part of their life, they want to hear club music. That is what it is. Right? So there's two different people that are like, nah, I like this battle, but at the end of the day, I want to see him attack the heritage side. I want to see him attack the fact that what you think is black culture, the only type of aspects of black culture that you take is when it's on vibes or when you're trying to emulate a street nigga and things of that nature. But not when it comes to social politics, impact, or raising these babies up the right way. right? And when you do push somebody out there, what you pushing is the lowest level common denominator of the culture. That's the way that he's attacking them. He's attacking them from the culture side. Now, people who don't care about pushing a culture forward, they don't care about that side of it. Like I said, so that's why they gonna be like, it's corny. We wanted to hear you just go at each other like niggas back in the day done did, right? But that's not what he's fighting for. He's not fighting for that. He's saying that, man, I hate the way you walk. I hate the way you talk. I hate the way you dress. I hate the way you move. He's basically saying, I hate the impact and the influence that you have on the culture. And he's saying, I ain't the only one that thinks this. He's saying the culture does, but Drake has so much power, right? And so many people want to be connected to him. This is the angle that he's attacking. So those are the people, when they hear those bars, they like, oh, he's saying and he's representing the feelings and the emotions that we have about the game, right? He's saying, he then said, I bring Puff back because, so-called him and Puff got into it and Puff smacked him and things of that nature, right? So this is the angle that he going at. So if you listening to it for a particular different reason, I heard somebody talking about, leave the colorism out of it. Man, stop that. Stop it. Y'all got to stop it, man. I know a lot of y'all don't want it to go to that part because, if it goes to that part where it's about impact and it's about hip hop from its foundation and values, y'all don't want it to be like that. Y'all want that lifestyle shit, right? Because it's harder to keep up with that. Y'all need Drake to be at the top because y'all don't want the accountability of pushing the culture forward, right? Kendrick said, I don't care about none of this rap shit. I really got children to raise. He said, you the boy, but I ain't see the man. You feel me? That's what he's coming at, and that's what he's addressing. So I like the record because it went multiple angles, and he kept telling them, listen, I'm letting this be a sparring match. I'm not even taking it to where I know I can take it, right? To where he said, I know real things about you. You making the fake things. Don't make me tell the truth. That means he has information that he's warning him, I'm not using this, but if you use any lines that take it across, then I will have to add that into it, right? So this is what we seeing. It's a very strategic battle. He's saying, I seen your strategy, and your strategy was whack. Matter of fact, I can tell where you will come from next. So he's setting the whole entire stage up and the angles up. Now, if you're not somebody that care about strategy and war, this is a little higher level than, first of all, fuck your bitch in the clique you claim. West side, we arrive, come equipped with gang. This is a little different than I'm calling out names. You know what I'm talking about? But the West Coast, when it comes to violence, best believe it goes to higher and higher and higher and higher and higher levels with it. Do not get it wrong. Then he come and break down and say, listen, I'm really from the streets. You imitating this. So he's basically saying that we don't want to hear none of that gangster shit you talking because you never done it. This is the angle that he's coming from. So that's the strategy you got to understand, because it's not just diss. If you just diss somebody in this type of environment, you go lose because you playing with the internet now. And in the internet age, you have to fight things strategically from multiple sides so that you're controlling narrative, and you have to give your fan base enough for them to talk about so they can push that narrative out there as well. You know what I'm saying? You got to understand how you supposed to play at this level. This ain't back in the day where it's enough to just tarnish a man's reputation and say you mess with his baby mama. This ain't that era. This that era you got to utilize blogs. You got to give your fan base some quotables. You have to give them angles that they can talk about, narratives that they can spin. You have to give them double entendre bars for them to break down. You have to give them what they want. Right then, you got to also throw something that got repeat value on it. There's a lot of different angles you got to come at when you talking about somebody like Drake. You got to set the stage meticulously to cover multiple angles so that whatever the response is, it has to be in reaction to whatever you put out, because you have to play chess with multiple moves ahead in a landscape of a digital age that responds completely different, and it's not just based on talent. Talent is not enough to win this. Strategy is what wins this, and then talent, right, flows on the wind of the strategy. It is what it is. So now I have to think about what would Drake have to do in order to win this particular battle. Now, I believe Kenny just caught a body myself. So what Drake got to do is resurrect from the dead now, right? And he has to take us to that place, right, where we don't want this thing to go to, and it got to go to a level of disrespect. It got to go through a level of disrespect where it's like, I'm going to put you in a coffin, right? I'm done. Because whatever he do next got to be his best. Whatever he does next, it got to be, I'm taking head tops off. I want that crown off your head, and I'm putting you right there in the dirt. If he don't do that, right, then Kenny is good, and he ain't even got to respond. If I'm not gonna respond to Isaac Hayes, why would I do that? Relax. Don't try to promote no beef with us. I don't beef with other brothers, man. We got real enemies outside. I enjoy this hip hop stuff because I think it's important. It's like spiritual warfare. But I'm not gonna beef with none of my brothers in real life, man. Even if they are emotional. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Now, I like the fact that they adding in, because you can't talk about beef and then say, why y'all promoting colorism? Come on, man. That's just softies. Y'all softies right there, man. Go get an ice cream and go sit this one out. You feel me? You can't say that you like raps such as, No Vaseline and Ether, you feel me? And hit them up and then talking about colorism. Come on, bro. Y'all got to relax. Like, when did we get to that point? We on the West Coast. Niggas talk about killing each other and things of that nature. And y'all talking about colorism. Come on, man. Y'all soft-serving right now, man. Get the ice cream wrap out of here. I think it's a great angle, and it's the smartest angle to take when you're dealing with Drake, because he's not American, and he's half black and Jewish, right? So if you're not going to attack a person's full heritage when you're breaking these things down, which absolutely matters as somebody who's at the top of rap, you feel me? I think it is a great way to go at somebody, because this is how you do battles, right? When you do battles, you break down and utilize every single thing, and you stir feelings and emotions towards people. That's what you do when you battling people. You post to poke at the fact that he's half black and he's at the top of rap and he's Jewish, but he can't say nothing about Palestine or Zionists or things of that nature. I'm telling you, that's where I would go. What next thing y'all gonna say if he say something about the Jewish side, y'all will call him anti-Semitic. Come on, man. Stop it. Stop it. You supposed to utilize all you can to win, and what he's doing is he's playing off a narrative of beliefs that are already inside the people, whether you're a fan of Drake or not. I think he said what we all understand is, like, everybody vibes to Drake. Everybody listens to him. Everybody likes the music. Do we believe the gangster things? Absolutely not. Do we believe he's capable because he has the money and he has $1 billion empire of getting people, moved out his way? Does he has to activate those dark traits within him to survive in a very vicious game? 100%. That is real life. I don't think nobody's looking at it from like, yeah, you soft and things of that nature. No. People look at the full development and context of who this character is. And in a battle, you have to pull out certain things to then create narratives inside people's minds to win. Because whatever narrative you have in your mind is who won, right? Who actually wins with bars, that's completely different. But the narrative of who you think win, your beliefs, now they're fighting for who's the king of rap. I don't think this is going to end possibly with a unanimous decision. Drake is already solidified as a legend. You can't take that away. Kendrick is solidified as a legend, right? You can't take that away. Now, he said that Drake didn't have a classic. That's what he said. You feel me? Kendrick Lamar is setting himself up to be the greatest contender in this whole entire thing. And why? Because he can do what nobody else can do. He can stand on his own. There's not too many people in hip-hop that can do that. There's not too many people in hip-hop that can say F you and everybody who's with you, and I still got this, and still move around and be okay. This is why hip-hop has changed from what it used to be to what it is today. Because a lot of these guys are really afraid of each other, and they're not even afraid of just the physical confrontation of it. They're afraid of losing their fame. They're afraid of losing their position. They're afraid of getting blackballed. So you have to have the ability to be able to stand on your own, being able to push out a broadcast, get the same amount of media, right? Have enough amount of fans that listen to you to where the narrative is not biased against you, and then break things down. You feel me? I like hip hop. I like when it goes to this. Yes, in my West Coast, 100% all day, through and through. You feel me? Like, of course, people be like, you from the West Coast? No, I'm from America, first of all. I live in America. I don't know why y'all talking about West Coast. Drake ain't East Coast. You know what I'm saying? Drake ain't down south. That man up north. So why y'all trying to make it seem like I'm on his side because it's West Coast? He's American. Drake is Canadian. If anything, you know what I'm saying? I'm being hip hop patriotic. Don't make it. This ain't no West Coast, East Coast. This America, Canada. What you talking about? Y'all crazy. Y'all forgot y'all from America too or something? Goddamn. If this was the Olympics, he'd be playing for another country. Stop playing like this is West Coast, East Coast. He's from Canada. And shout out to my Canadians. Shout out to Toronto. I love when I go to Toronto. You feel me? Toronto, you feel me? I got much love up there. When I go out there, man, it's sold out. It's all kind of love when we up there. You feel me? I mess with the youth, man. You know what I'm talking about? It's all good. But this ain't East Coast, West Coast, so don't try to do that. Even though he may say, yo, niggas ain't got love for the West or whatever. This is American and Canadian. Stop it. This is hip-hop patriotism. You know what I'm saying? I rock with my American brothers every day. Why wouldn't I stand with my country? You know what I'm saying? This is the Olympics. We've been having a Canadian-run hip-hop, American hip-hop for a long time. So it's about somebody from America stands up. You know what I'm saying? This is the Olympics. What y'all want me to do? Shout out to my Canadians, but y'all know what it is. You feel me? Our Canadians love us. We rock with our Canadian brothers. But hip-hop started in America. So it's only right that somebody in America challenges that. Right? Because we actually connected to the soil and the root of the struggle of what hip-hop was created from in that expression. So this is an American thing, man. That's like somebody from the UK running American rap. That's like somebody from Africa running American rap. We can't have that. Americans got to always fight to be at the forefront of this thing that we created. I'm going to be honest with you. That's why Eminem can't be at the top. He can't even be a white boy. It got to be a black man that runs hip-hop each and every time. That's the only way hip-hop survived from America, right? And he got to be an African descendant, right, of the slaves. He got to be culturally entrenched. His family got to come from those roots. I'm going to be honest. And he got to be masculine. Listen, there's certain qualifications to be king. Y'all don't want to say it, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Hip-hop is a black American male, particularly, ran thing. So if hip-hop is to survive and thrive, it has to be a black American male. And see, J. Cole, shout out to him. He said, I'm done with this. I ain't got time for this. Niggas ain't about to be calling me white. He said they not about to, no color, they not about to be making no jokes saying I can't say nigga and none of this. They ain't not about to be going at my mama's. He said, I'm out of this. This is too toxic for me. I'm done. Right? But that's fine because Kendrick he's black on both sides. He's American. He's rooted to this. He's connected to this. So, like I said, I think it's like when you think about kingdoms and things of that nature, certain people can't become king unless they got the bloodline. If you ain't got the bloodline that's connected to it, then you can't even rule, right? So if you go back and you study history, anytime there's a man from another land that conquers a land, it always going to be wars for him to maintain that presence. Because somebody from that region is then going to want to fight to try to get back that throne and get back that crown. That's just a fact. It's always been like that in history. So what did they do? They created a game where they started controlling the land based on paperwork rules. You know what I'm saying? That's when you get landlord titles and things of that nature because they said if we not from here, we're going to always have to fight to stay here. So let's figure out another way to rule it. So what you're seeing this starting to happen in hip hop. Yeah, you got different kingdoms coming in and fighting for that crown. And the lineage of the bloodline that comes from the black Americans that created it, or that is somebody who should rightfully sit at the top of the throne. I'm being honest. Now, anybody can challenge the throne. But hip-hop is not stabilized unless somebody from that bloodline is actually carrying that crown. That is my particular take. I think Drake he makes great records. He gives us vibes on top of vibes. When I first heard Successful and Ransom, I was like, this boy can rap. He ain't playing with him. You feel me? But if I'm looking at it from a spiritual level and what hip-hop needs someone that can talk about reality, that can be informative. Hip-hop needs somebody that can really raise the babies. You feel me? Now, a lot of these podcasters and rappers, they ain't never said nothing that was impactful in their life and none of their rap. So, of course, they not going to feel what Kendrick is talking about. But for us that know that what black men really need right now is somebody that can really talk to us, and hip-hop is actually the vehicle for us to be talked to, then we resonate with the fact where you break a person down and saying that you're not doing nothing with your throne. That's why I'm challenging it. And I believe that is the basis and the thesis of what Kendrick Lamar is talking about. I think Kendrick Lamar would be fine if there was somebody else at the top of that throne that he felt like represented that space. But what he's saying is you're not doing nothing with the throne, and that's why I hate you. That's my take on it. Now, what Drake is going to have to do, very interesting. He's going to have to put the bullet. He's going to have to really go really bully on this one. He's going to have to do something and say, I deserve to be here. He's going to say, he's going to have to silence everything and show that I can rap. Then he's going to have to break it down on why I deserve to be in the man that holds the crown. Why I deserve to be the one who's been in this space. This is everything that I've done in this place to keep me where I am. This is what I've done for the culture. I've fought many wars and I've been here and I fought for my right. I ain't got to act like I'm black. He got to prove that he's black. He got to go crazy. Crazy. Now, does he have that in him? I don't know. I haven't heard that side of Drake before. This ain't back to back. You know what I mean? This ain't none of the other beat. This is completely different. So I believe that he has records that he probably wants to drop right now, but he has to go refine them based on strategy. People saying Drake done plenty. I think he's worked with a lot of different artists, but it's different. You can make more impact. Working with artists is not the impact. It's the impact when you're an artist is about what you say as well. You have to understand that. See, Nipsey was so beloved and celebrated because he motivated the culture. He inspired the streets to evolve and want to be more. You know what I'm saying? And then he showcased the impact from his words to his actions. Right? So we have not got that from Drake. So this is why he has the vulnerabilities that he has. And this is why he can be attacked by that. Right? Because he can say, hey, this thing that hip hop represents, you may have the numbers. You may have the vibes. You may have the clubs. Right? But he said that you haven't utilized your platform to impact us. And you've had that space for a very long time. And that's been his greatest vulnerability this whole entire time. So you have to attack him on that if you're going on the offense. And like I said, Drake has to come with different angles. He has to, number one, give his fan base what he wants. His fan base is now looking at him like, even though I didn't like the record, this man Kendrick Lamar is a thorn in your side and he's challenging your throne and you can't let him win. You have to, like, he's at this point, of course, he has to respond. He has to respond and it has to be the best that we've heard from him. That means that either it got to be the best that we heard or he has to take a different angle and he has to make this whole entire thing. He has to make everything about Kendrick, his response, his camp, all of that laughable. You know what I'm saying? Somebody talking about the best response or no response. That is cap. The best response is loss by default. I mean, like if no response is lost by default. Stop it. You can't not respond when you bait a person to say something. And now it got to be a quick response because he was making fun of Kendrick for not responding quicker enough. Now, I would like to hear some of you all's opinion. Now I'm giving you my breakdown. That's the Big Keys breakdown. But I think Drake had one. What was that one song he put out? I forget what it's called. Where he addressed everybody. I think he had a point on the board with that. I think the AI rap, in comparison to what Kendrick Lamar just did, I think it was miscalculated. I think it almost made sense at the moment, but in hindsight, it doesn't. It wasn't a good move, especially when you got to take it down. And I think that was more of a business move than a diss move. I think he was really trying to push AI because from what I've heard, he actually has an AI company that, you know, he owns. So I think that that was him normalizing the use of AI. If anything, I don't think that was actually super strategic and the best calculated move. And I don't think it was actually good for the music industry, right? So I can't give him a win on that one. I think at the moment when he did it, it makes sense in a vacuum, but it didn't make sense throughout this whole entire thing. I think if anything, when we look at it in hindsight, that will be a L on his part rather than a W. right? Because it could have been executed way better. It could have been executed way, way, way better. If you're going to do that, execute it way better. I feel like it was rushed. Somebody say calling him not black enough is corny. That's something we got to stop. No, it ain't something we got to stop doing nothing, man. Keep all of that away. Because there's a lot of you all that's not black enough. Stop it. Everybody, just because you got a black daddy or a black mama or even two black parents don't mean you black enough. You can always be attacked for that. And you're not attacked being black enough because of your parents. Because nobody ever attacked J. Cole for being black enough. Nobody has ever said that. So this is one thing you have to understand. Why you think nobody has ever took that angle with J. Cole? Nobody has took that angle with J. Cole. They can't. Because we know J. Cole is black enough. Because we hear him talk about real life. We hear him address real life. We hear him talk about real struggles. We hear him talk about things outside his experience that he knows other people are going through. Right? And that to me is the blackness, is the spirit, it's the impact, it's the values, right? Nobody has ever addressed the consciousness of J. Cole not being black enough. And he is half black just like Drake. So it's not that he's attacking all of you light-skinned brothers. It's not he's attacking all of people that are biracial. He's speaking on this man's consciousness. So stop with the corny colorism and you taking your own traumas and inserting it into this beef. That has nothing to do with you. Stop it. Just don't do that. You black enough if you stand up for the values of who we are. You know what I'm saying? You're not black if you don't stand for the values of who we are and you don't fight against this evil atrocities that have been plagued us for so long. If you're not fighting with us, you ain't black enough. I don't care if you got two black parents. I don't care if your parents are revolutionaries. If you not, you know what I mean? That don't give you credits. It's a reason why Cole is not attacked for that reason. Because Cole gives us vibes. He gives us social impact. He gives us bars. He gives us the whole picture. The reason that Drake is attached is because he connects to black culture without standing up for it. I'm just being honest. And people be like, we don't want that from Drake. Okay, but you can't be king at the same time and not do that. So it is what it is. So everybody love J. Cole. Now he put that blemish on his record when he apologized in a lot of the hip hop fans' minds, because we don't like to see apologies in hip hop because it's competition, right? But that's not why people are saying you can't say nigga. Well, that's not why people are throwing that at him, because they saying that you didn't come from this, but you are now the biggest influencer of this thing. Come on now. So let's kill that narrative that this is somehow some colorism. He's attacking this man's consciousness and his lack of impact rap. But I'm too smart for you. I know you didn't know that. So let's deal with that. You know what I mean? Everybody knows this. Stop it. Stop trying to make this some, y'all need to stop this colorism stuff. Next thing y'all gonna be saying is, he said something about these women that Drake was dealing with and said they don't represent real women. And that was an attack on the culture that Drake represents and that he pushes. That was the attack. If you're a black man, all you got to do is come out and say you're a black man and say, this is why I'm a black man. Especially when you are biracial, because a lot of biracial people, some people, they assume that they white. Some biracial people say that they're biracial. Some of them don't say that they black. So just having black parents doesn't make you black, because black is not an actual nationality. You know what I'm saying? Black is a legalese term, and black can be connected to your feeling of the values that you connected to by consciousness and spirit. So you're not black by having parents. It's completely different. Black is this culture that we subscribe to, that connects us when we subscribe to that culture. So when you break it down, it ain't got nothing to do with no colorism. He ain't doing that because the brother is light-skinned at all. This is based on consciousness. Let's be honest. Everybody knows this. So don't try to make this no light-skinned, dark-skinned thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be honest with you. So anyway, man, I got energy for this. I know, people be like, we got more important things to do, man. Go focus. I'll be listening. I'll be working. when I like this, sometimes you got to have your entertainment and then you go back to your focus. I don't talk about it every day. But the problem with most people is they entertain too much, and this is not a break for them. This is their life. Now, I heard the Quavo and the Chris Brown, but I'm not really here for that one. You know, that I think that was it just seemed personal, and it seemed like it was about some women or something, and I feel like, you know, that's something that they need to go talk it out. They need to go deal with each other. I don't think that's progressive for rap. I'm just saying that's not culturally progressive for me. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that one. That's not I don't like that at all. I think they need to go deal with that. You feel me? I don't like that. I think they need to go figure out their problems together. They need, like, they look like they need to go sit in the therapy room together. You know what I'm saying? That they need somebody to come broker the peace to be like, y'all brothers relax, man. Y'all tripping, man. What's up? What's going on? Can y'all talk it out? Can we get past it? Can y'all squabble or something so we can move forward? Like, can we get Chris Brown again dancing and making some songs? Can we get Quavo throwing ad-libs again? Because I don't like what's going on over here. Like, let's just chill, man. We like the competitive stuff. Look, see, Chris Brown, a K-Dot responds to mediocre. You're going to hear people say that. Everybody gets their take. I don't mind what your take is. You know what I'm saying? I think this the thing about hip-hop is that, and this is the beauty about music, every single person is going to hear something different. Some people are going to hear it to be like, oh, if he hits these points for me, it was good. You know what I'm saying? Some people go here and they're going to be like, nah, this is what I wanted from it. He didn't do that. It was trash. Some people will be like, your skill level is this high, and if you don't reach this mark, it was trash. With things like this, 6 minutes, you got to sit back and you have to listen. And the way I judge things is I think about what you're trying to do and did you successfully do that. So it's not about what I wanted from you. When I listen to anything, and it's an album, this is a single, this is how I judge whether people are talented and successful. You have an idea of what you want to deliver. And did you complete that deliverance? Did you complete your own mission? Not from what everybody else wants. Right? So when I listen to Kendrick Lamar, I say, what was he trying to do with this record? Did he do it? Right? And I believe that he did that. Same thing with Drake with that first one he did when he addressed everybody. I believe what he wanted to do by addressing everybody all at once, I believe he completed that mission. I believe when Kendrick put out Like That, he completed that mission. I believe the only one that didn't deliver was the artificial intelligence song. I believe there was something he wanted to do, but that one died out so fast, and the narrative about Tupac Estate being mad at him became bigger than the actual track record. Rick Ross definitely delivered what he wanted to do. And I know, like I said, there's a lot of biracial people and light-skinned brothers that be mad at that, but Rick Ross is a master at what he does. And I don't think that there's an angle that's off limits when you start talking about dissing. And it wasn't about biracial. He was attacking him culturally. He was attacking his ethnicity. This is what you all have to really understand. When they talking about Drake being half black or half white and all of this, you're attacking his ethnicity, and ethnicity is race is different. You're talking about a person's values. You're talking about their belief system. Who is your God? You know what I'm saying? We're talking about, like, where did you actually derive from? What's your heritage? Right? These are words that you hear Kendrick Lamar use. He used the words heritage for a reason. Right? He started to attack his identity makeup. You know what I mean? He started to attack the fact that he said that he was getting nose jobs and things of that nature. He started to attack the frailty of who this person's psychology is. You gotta be able to, like, really listen sometime and understanding the strategy that they taking and the reason that he attacking that, right? And let me read this. Hold on, because DB Blade always got some crazy takes. It said the Israelites tell you that if your father is black, then you're black. The Moors say that, all the Moors I know in NY say that Asiatic black man, know your fathers don't know me, kid, but you know. So that is a interesting point that you're trying to make. But this is, shout out to my brother Mr. Mac, because he in the building. Can't wait to hear your breakdown. But here's the thing. He's not attacking him from a genetic standpoint. He's attacking him from a culture and ethnic standpoint. Right? So this is where y'all keep missing the mark. It has nothing to do with his genetics. It has nothing to do whether his father and this, that, and the third. He's saying culturally, are you really a black man? Ethnically, are you really a black man? Is that your real heritage? Are you faking this? Did you really grow up in this? Is this you without trying? Do you have real connections to this? Right? Were you that kid trying to build a psyche, you know what I mean, around this, that you emulated, and then that you continue to keep up this facade? Right? Or are you really culturally connected based on the values of being black? If a war broke out right now, what side do you choose? Right? They're attacking his cultural influence and his cultural background. It's not about whether his father and mother genetically and what side or how much he get from what. That's not what we breaking down. Everybody knows his father is a black man with a big mustache that goddamn sing jazz or blues or whatever. He got vibes in the family. We know that. You know what I'm saying? And respectfully, I respect people that have black fathers and black mothers, and they make their choice to say that I'm going to connect, right, with my heritage and connect with the ethnic background and the values of the people I come from. That's not what we saying. Yeah, that American black man is just different. Everybody knows this. Y'all gotta know. Like, let's get the elephant in the room. The American black man is different. That's something nobody want to address. You gotta know that it's just different when you from over here. Everybody get their culture from over here. Let's just make it plain. Our Canadian brothers, when they are our brothers, they right there up north. They right there up north. The Weeknd gave us some vibes. Tory Lane gave us some vibes. Drake gave us some vibes. Even Justin Bieber then gave the culture some vibes. Ain't nobody got a problem with them giving us vibes. But honestly, we ain't got no competition. And we inform the rest of the world on blackness. Now, there's no thesis out there comparable. There's no other country that has Martins and Malcolms and Farrakhan's, right? There's none that has that, right? They don't even have our current leaders. It's just different. Black Americans have saved the world and have been black saviors and cultural and ethnic influencers of the entire world. We are the most influential group on the planet. Even when someone else has influence, it's because they're emulating ours and then shipping that to the rest of the world. So when we make fun of others, we're saying you're not us. That's what we're doing. We're saying you're not us. You're taking who we are and selling it back to the world. But you don't come from this. The West Coast can tell the rest of the world we started these different tribal and gang cultures, and then that spreads out everywhere else. It is what it is. There's a different level of brag that you get to have when you are the creators of something. And even if somebody is good at emulating you, they can never be greater than the originators. This is why Eminem, he gets his love and he gets his place for being as talented as he is. But ethnically, right, and based on his heritage, he's not of the bloodline. And you have to understand that all across the planet Earth, all throughout the world, bloodline is respected when it comes to nations and kingdoms. It's certain information you can't get by not being a part of bloodline. It's only black Americans who disrespect their own bloodline and understanding what's in us. And we dilute that by allowing everybody into it. But bloodline matters. So when people are dropping bloodlines, you know what I'm saying? Listen to the double entendre. When people are dropping bloodlines, and the one thing that we can make fun of somebody is that you're not from where we from. You know how powerful that is? When you can diss somebody for not being where you from and not being who you are, and not having your type of parents and your type of background, right? And your type of environment. We diss the world by saying you're not American. We diss the world by saying you ain't come from this environment that made us who we are. You didn't come from these conditions. Your family didn't go through 400 years of slavery, in which was really 400 years of bravery. Y'all ain't get that mixed bag of what made us who we are. That's how we diss everybody else. You know what I'm saying? You know how powerful that is? It is no other people on the planet that can diss you by saying you not from the conditions that made us who we are. And we the most influential on the planet Earth. In the universe. It's humans and other planets that's watching black people like, boy, y'all be mobbing. Y'all got vibes. I don't think it's another planet in our multi-dimensional universe. You know what I mean? That got it better than that black American spirit. Come on now. We know we special. Everybody knows we special. It's just they don't want us to know that. So it's great. And that's what hip hop represents. It represents what's special about us. So it is cool to have competition on saying that, listen, no, somebody from here should represent home. That's all, because hip hop represents home. Hip hop represents home. You feel me? And I love all artists from all different backgrounds that continue to add into the energy of what hip hop is. I think it's respected. I think it's respectful. I think it's love. I think that they continue to get to benefit and we can continue to support, because I grew up with brothers of all different colors, right? Of course, I grew up with the FOI. I grew up with the militant. I grew up with all different levels of consciousness, people from all across the planet Earth and all various backgrounds. So I've never had that disconnect. When I see somebody that's from Canada and that's a black man, I rock with you. From the UK, when I go out there, man, I rock with you. I study the background of all of our people and I rock with you. But I will say that being a black American and coming from this experience, ain't nobody can fuck with us. We know that. You know what I'm saying? We turn the rest of the world into gods by following our lead. You know what I'm talking about? We turn the rest of the world into gods by following our lead. It is what it is. So, you know, I can't wait to continue to see this unfold. I think at the end of the day, this is just competition. And let's see the competition continue to grow. You know what I mean? Let's see where it goes from here. I think it's just a fight for the crowns of hip hop. You feel me? And I think if anything, what they're doing is the most beneficial for hip hop, because, you know, it's putting it at the forefront and no other genre gets to breathe until this is over with. No other genre gets to breathe. You know what I mean? Like not R&B, not Afro beats. You know what I mean? Not the drill rap, not country. No other genre gets to breathe until this is over with. Right? And as much as I am a collaborator and like to put together different people, I see things from different spectrums. I see things from spiritual, I see it from the industry, I see it from the business, I see it from lyrical, I see it from a strategy standpoint. I see it from multidimensional. I might only address one side, right? But I'm not ever looking at it from one side. Ever. Never, ever, ever looking at it from one side. So I'm really not biased at all. You feel me? Because if Drake comes out and he raps at a level that we ain't never even heard before, and he strategically somehow takes this brother apart, we giving the same demonstration for that. You feel me? Because it's like two men going into the ring. You know what I mean? Just by getting in the ring, you get my respect. Because there's a lot of people who will never get into it. One person can get knocked out. I respect the hell out that person. You know what I'm saying? Because many people, they lose before they ever get in the ring. So when I see two gladiators go at it, even if it's a black man or a white man, I respect heart. I respect spirit. I respect warrior energy all day, every day. That's where I come from. You know what I'm saying? When I see warriors, I see soldiers, gangsters, street niggas, however you want to put it. FOI, I respect spirit all day long. So as long as we keep this spirited, you feel me? Because some of y'all so soft. Y'all need to see this. Sometimes we be too soft anyway. You feel me? We can be multidimensional. Some people be too soft. Y'all be too soft, be crying over things. Y'all need to get that out your heart. You know what I'm saying? Go do some push-ups or something. Stop crying. Get off the internet. Go do some pull-ups. Go do some goddamn squats or something. You know what I mean? Go work that off your spirit. Go work that off your heart. You feel me? I grew up around real killers, so you feel me? I don't have that same level of sensitivity that y'all might have towards things. Because I grew up in environments where men disrespect, then they get their head taken off for real, like blown off. You feel me? So when I see things on the internet that's just rap and things of that nature, we let that be. That's the homies. That's the little homies you let go fight and go handle their business. You feel me? And then everybody get back to it. You feel me? Like we ain't got to take this. Everything ain't got to be like that. Sometimes, man, we grew up from tribes where, you know what I mean, men really went out there and they fought, and that's how they got their spiritual stripes. Everything ain't got to be peace, kumbaya. Nah, like there are warrior tribes. There are war members in different tribes. We need that aspect of the culture. If you try to effeminate everybody and Christianize everybody and get everybody all soft and slumped and sit down, man, you know what I mean, we ain't got no warriors out here. It's a war going on outside. The only thing is, how do we project that energy towards where we actually need it to be? But if you ain't getting no training, and most niggas ain't getting no training, nah, we need y'all trained, so at least be in that spirit so we can actually cultivate that towards something that's necessary. And then that's where I come in. You know, I need to be a balance in the world. You feel me? If y'all really believe that we need to move forward with things, come rock with the movement that we go push. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what we doing. That's what we curate a community. Hip hop is fun and entertainment for me. That's it. You know what I mean? When we working out, we may play their records and things of that nature. But when it comes to actually building the science, the technology, the engineering, this is the arts side of it. This is the poetry. This is the music. This is the vibes, right? No, we talking about the mathematics. We talking about the consciousness. No, that's different. You feel me? We talking about the physicals. That's different. So when we producing this high level, and we gonna have a whole entire community that's global, and my thing ain't no competition. We spread that across the planet. You know what I mean? I show people how to put this consciousness into production and how to do it at a high level. Everybody know that. Shout out to my brother Billy Carson. I just seen he was on Andrew Schultz's show. Where you think they got that from? You know what I'm saying? Andrew Schultz brought him on because he watched my production and he see those levels. So not only we showing black men how to do it, the white boys go pick it up and run with it as well. You feel me? It's global. It ain't nothing like that spirit that we got, man. Y'all better celebrate who you are every day. Go out there and go to war for it. That's all I'm saying. And hip-hop gives us that opportunity to have discussions like this where people pay more attention to things sometimes. That's all it is. Shout out to hip-hop. Hip-hop wins during this thing. I'm excited to see what Drake does next. I'll be honest with you. That's how I am. I'm excited to see. What you think gonna happen, Steve?
I told you, brother, the only way he can come back, after this Kendrick Lamar, the only way Drake can come back is he gotta go and get Lil Wayne. He can't do it himself. He just got jumped, basically. He gotta go get his friends. He need help.
Why y'all keep listen? I need y'all to y'all gotta relax. Brother Love Melrose said. Meloso says, so Drake shouldn't embrace his blackness because his mother's. Relax. Y'all gotta relax. Ain't nobody talking about none of that. I need y'all to really go do some therapy. I do need y'all. Listen, I know it's hard being biracial. I never had to deal with that. I got the perfect, mocha latte,
what you
black American skin going on.
Right? You think he need to go get Wayne for this? Because he can't do this by himself. After today, I had to run it back like 6 times. Like, what can Drake possibly do to respond to that? And the only logical thing that popped in my mind is, you gotta go get Drake. Go get Lil Wayne.
I don't think, nah.
Man, it's basically like if you.
But what angle would Wayne come from? Because Wayne ain't.
Everybody else tag team Drake.
But what angle could Wayne come from? That's the thing. Wayne can rap, but what angle does he have? What does he have?
I just gotta hear the lighter.
That matters. Now, I believe that you would have to do it where Wayne is on a track and showing like I can rap, but then he can't be the one that's he has to diss everybody generally, not specifically.
Who, Wayne?
Yeah, Wayne would have to come on where he's dissing generally, and then Drake would have to out rap Wayne. You know what I'm saying? Because Drake still wants to be number one. He don't want Wayne to be number one.
Man, I think at this point he just should apologize like J. Cole.
Stop it. He ain't doing no apologies. One thing I can say about the boy Drake, I don't think he's soft. He ain't doing no apologies. I think this is a war that was started at an inopportune time for him. I don't think this is what he wanted to do. I feel like he really wanted to relax. And that's probably why it was the most strategic for Kendrick to start it at that time. You feel me? Because I don't think he was in that war mind frame, right? You at that point where you feel like your legacy is the most secure and then somebody come attack it, right? It's almost like a kingdom being in peacetime and then all of a sudden a new invading army wants to take over. You're like, damn, we was just about to have our age of chill. No, it's not.
But yeah, but like if you're gonna speak of a war, right? This man just it's basically like Kendrick Lamar just came and bombed the whole neighborhood. So the only way to stop this is to hit the button, hit the nuclear war, and Wayne in the nuclear war. Can nobody out rap Wayne in the game? That's how I feel, me personally.
That's a good feeling that you can have, but I think Wayne lost. He lost narrative.
It's the perfect time for him to pop back out and remind people. Like
somebody say if it was the early 90s and 2000, we'd be rolling. I would say this. So if y'all want to hear some criticism towards it, I think the lack of personals for me. At first, when I was first hearing it, I was first listening like this mid, but then as it kept going, it kept getting ranked higher and higher for me. The Kendrick. It started off like, I'm like, oh man, is he about to be doing this chill shit? I don't want this. Right? And then it kept going higher and higher. What we haven't seen yet in this battle, like I think Rick Ross tried to give us that a little bit, right? But we want to see a Tupac, you know what I'm saying? Illuminati, take you all the way out, use what you got, drop a nuclear bomb. Yeah. I think this was a pull up, not a drive by. It was a pull up and start shooting. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like on this, he used like 5 different personalities just to let them know, like, I can get in this bag, I can get calm, whatever tone you want to use. He just reminded him like, bro, I got tones, I got different flows, I can use J. Cole flow, and then
right.
That's what he did.
But somebody said something important. Drake fans don't listen, all they do is dance. So you got to understand, a lot of people's ears are not even trained to hear music anymore. Right? If your ear is not trained to hear music, and when you listen to music, you feel music, right? So most people, they're only trained to feel music because everybody knows how to create hits now. So hits is not about creating something people listen to. It's creating something people feel. We live in a fast-paced world. So most people are not creating music for somebody to sit down and listen. No. There's a science that goes into the engagement of it. How do you create something to chant? How do you have a call back and response? How do you create space? How do you create anthems, right? So that's the science of making a hit. That's why it's a difference when you will see somebody going to freestyle and they rapping like, that boy gonna rap. But when they gonna make a song, they're not making it based like that. Like, think about DaBaby. DaBaby is probably one of the best freestyle rappers out right now, I would have to say. You know what I'm saying? But he never raps like that on his songs because he know that's not the making of a hit. People not listening for bars. When you sit down for a freestyle, people are specifically listening in that moment for your bars, right? So most of the time, like I said, people who spend that much time in the club, right, they only want club music because that is the time of their life. You feel me? It's different. So you don't listen to Jay-Z to give you vibes. When you hear Jay-Z, you like, he about to give us some wordplay. You don't listen to Jay-Elect to give you vibes. We getting wordplay. When you listen to Eminem, you got to listen to wordplay. He not going to give you vibes. That's just a fact. So most of society and most of the generation is only trained for vibes. They do not have an ear for lyrics at all. So that takes them completely out the ability to even judge it. Like, no, I don't want to hear. If you've been listening to nothing but vibes your whole life, how do you even know what to even judge? To listen to metaphors, analogies,
so
similes.
Let me ask you this, right? If you was Drake, right, and you just heard this, what would be your angle to respond back? Yeah. Because I remember last time you told me.
All right, so we got to address it. Niggas saying I ain't black, but look at what I did. You You know what I mean? I did this for them. I was in UK with them. I was in Africa with them. I built this with them. I popped out everywhere you wasn't, right? I would craft the new narrative of like, I'm actually blacker than everybody. You know what I mean? and I would do it in such a strategic way. Like, look at all of these different genres that I helped boost. You feel me? What's blacker than that? You feel me? Like, you would do it in a way where it's like, bro, my impact is different. When you disappear, I'm still here. You feel me? If you was really revolutionary, why you ain't staying with your people throughout the movement? You know what I'm saying? You came back to talk about your family, not what's happening with the, you feel me?
Yeah.
Like, that to me is the way I would go about it. You feel me? Because if he attacking Drake for not being culture, then he can run that back. Like, if you really cared, then why you don't do more?
All right, so do you feel like Drake got the culture more than K-Dot?
I think
We gonna get to that?
Drake has the culture, Kendrick has the consciousness. You know what I mean? Kendrick got the heart and the mind.
So which one more important?
I think the consciousness should be more important than it is. But as far as your influence is the culture.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, because everybody's mind in the culture is not on impact. Most people don't care about actually doing nothing impactful. Most people just care about vibing, living their daily life, and trying to survive. And that's what culture gives them. You know what I mean? That's what Drake gives them. He gives them entertainment. You know what I mean? He gives them something to go throughout their day. He gives them a vibe. And Kendrick gives, Kendrick music is more, I'm trying to get you to think. I'm trying to get you to become a critical thinker and elevate yourself right now. You feel me? That's why he had that line where he was talking about, like, what you know about that? Like, I'm raising my children. I'm raising these sons. You feel me? Not just his son, but he was talking about raising all the sons. That was his, you feel me? I'm not just making song by song. I'm making hits. So if I'm Drake, I would then have to craft it in a way to where it's like, bro, look what I really did. You know what I'm saying? Like, who's done what I did? And then, because you're not just talking to black people, I will make it in a way to where, nigga, I brought all of these different genres and people and races. I'm global in the aspect. I'm not from America, so I don't fall by the side of your context. I've elevated this thing. Like, there's a way you can craft it. You feel me? I think that's the way I would go about doing it. But, you know, I'm a genius with mine, so you feel me? I'm a little different.
That's why I asked you, though, because he needs some tips.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the way to go about doing it, because you don't want this to be a stain on your legacy. You don't want your legacy for people to constantly be hitting at your weak points to say that you're not impactful and you don't do this, and you basically say you're a bad leader. You feel me? And you gotta then go in like, man, I took these boys from the trenches and gave them an opportunity.
So Drake, if you're hearing this, it's too late.
Hey.
But nah, for me, he might have just bow out, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Cause I can see after that Kendrick diss, I could tell that he got another song already made.
I'm gonna be honest, like, I like Drake's last album. Oh, I ain't even gonna give my, I don't know how I say this from man to man, but y'all might not like it, cause.
Yeah, say it, just say it. Yeah, just wait.
Cause this one gonna be controversial. Y'all might not like this one. You know what I'm saying? It's like. Yeah, I would say, yeah.
Yeah, that's what you gonna say.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, so we gonna say that.
I mean, we can talk about it on Man to Man when we get there, but I like Drake's last album better than Kendrick's last album. Yeah. It's what it is. You know what I mean? As I'm listening to it, I'm going to be honest. I was more in the space where Drake was at, talking about where his life was at and and the things that he had to deal with. You feel me? Versus Kendrick talking about his family. You know, and I just wasn't connected to that last album. So it is what it is. So I'm not biased.
they say Yachty wrote that album.
Y'all crazy. Y'all crazy.
Man.
Y'all crazy. Y'all crazy.
Stop it, man.
Oh man, y'all crazy. You feel me? I don't have the ability to be biased. Well, I do, and I am biased. Let me take that back. Now I feel contradicting. I have my biases, but I don't live in them, and they don't control me. Right? If I can be sitting on the sideline wanting one person to win. He a black Muslim. You feel me? He from Oakland. Boom, boom, boom. But my respect for competition, right, is above my bias. You feel me?
That's a good comment. They say Drake give the people what they want. Kendrick give the people what they need. So I think that is the disconnect though. That's where it is. Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, that's facts.
Drake give the people what they want, Kendrick what they. That's what I'm saying. And one is like distraction, right? It's entertainment, and one is like it's elevation. But that's why I say it's almost light versus dark. It's two different parts. Like nobody wants hip hop without a Drake, if you will. Like people want that entertainment. Like music is supposed to give you a good time.
What I want to see Wayne and Drake go against Kendrick and Kanye.
Yeah, I had to talk about it. Yeah, I would allow Kanye is just not a rapper's rapper though. Kanye is a different kind of rapper. He I don't even know. He just create classics.
That's what I'm saying. It's gonna be good because Kanye put his time and thought into it. Bro.
Kanye, all you need for him is to create an album. I mean, create a song where he have two really good bars, and that will hold the whole song up. I mean, two really good ones. You feel me? To where it's gonna be what you repeat and remember the most. That's his ability to do that. The whole entire don't have to be that, but Kanye West is like Michael Jackson in rap, though. It's different. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people that can out-sing Michael, but when it comes to making them classics, they ain't doing that. It's a lot of people that can do that. Nah, but he really is like the Michael Jackson because he got the most classics to me. Kanye.
Man, nobody in the game got a better catalog now.
Nobody got more. Nobody has more classics
than Kanye. And I've been to both of their concerts. And the Kanye concert, he didn't even have a microphone. He never even spoke, and he had a better concert. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Dot and Drake is showing the. Here's the thing, though. Once you get, it's almost unfair though. It's like when you think about it in boxing, there's certain people that will never even get a title shot. They could be better fighters, right? But they just not gonna get a title shot. So it's almost like it's not to me the question ain't are these the best guys in the world? You know what I'm saying? They just happen to hold the title, and there's certain people that will never get a shot. You feel me? And I think hip hop is no longer at that point where it's about who's the best in the world. You know what I'm saying? Because if we was going based on that, it would be a completely different competition, right? I think the way Bashir makes songs is better than both of them. You feel me? And if that was the sound of the culture, man, he'd be elevated way past. And I don't think nobody could fuck with him in that capacity, right? I think if hip hop was about us making the best music, it would be different. But since hip hop is a business, we don't even get the best music. You know what I'm saying? We get the best product that can be marketed to the masses. You feel me? It's different. They are the best in the business. Yes, Cuban. That's a good way to put it. They the best in the business for sure. You feel me? But I wish hip hop was at that point because we will get even better music. My brother, Red Pill. I want to hear your take, Red. Cause Red be having them uncensored takes, man. We will have to have Red on Man to Man. I don't think I could bring you in. Let me see. I think I've been live too long. They won't let me bring nobody in. Let me see. Oh no, I think I can. I can't. Yeah, I think Bashir is better than everybody. I'm gonna be honest with you. You know, feel me? Like I put a Bashir music, Jack Helen music. To anybody. Just being honest with you, because I think it's more relevant, it's impactful in his vibes. But I think it's ahead of its time. And, hip hop, the business of hip hop is not about making music that's ahead of its time. It's about making money that can be packaged right now and sold right now. So, Andre 3000 was always ahead of his time. And I think he can rap better than 99% of people on earth, too. But he just not in that space to do it no more because for whatever reason, I really don't even know what was his reason for quitting rap. But the man got so good that all he do is give us binaural beats now. The man, Andre 3000 said, man, I'm done with rap, man. Somebody give me a flute, man.
Imagine like 103,000.
Woo!
Oh my god.
So first of all, I never announced this, but I sold my album. Y'all don't even know I got an album, so I'm talking greasy right now. I sold my first album for $222, right? I got a whole entire group with people that decided to pay $222 locked in with me. And what we did was we decided to let a small group of people in where, you know, they basically played to listen and give critique, and they're able to hear the music before it comes out. And they've been giving me great feedback. I can see how many people listen to it. I can see what tracks that they listening to the most. And as I'm on this topic, I really think that all artists should do this. I think that Spotify is the pimp, and it treat people like hoes, and everybody gets a whole deal on Spotify. And I think independent music is really the only way to go, unless you can directly talk to these people and get a better deal. You feel me? Because the problem is that people are literally getting paid 0.003 cents. 3 points of a cent, not even a whole cent for a stream. And I think that's the highest level of disrespect for artists. And this is why you don't get the best art, because it's not worth anything in the sense of you being able to extract the value. You feel me? So if you're an artist, you have to learn how to cultivate a community and build a community. You feel me? So therefore, you can actually get your money's worth. You dig? Otherwise, you going to be pimped out for a very long time on the strip trying to figure out, you feel me, how to goddamn make some money, and you're going to be a starving artist. So first, focus on getting you your first 1,000 core fans that will be willing to actually pay for your art, right? Because I think the idea that all art should be priced at the same price is disrespectful. I think that, and probably about all products. Same thing with books. It take people sometimes years to write books, and then they got to put it out for, you know, the same fees. But when an artist makes a painting, then they can charge 10,000, 100,000. Like, I really think that we've been programmed, right, to follow metrics and models that's, you know, given to us versus what we actually see as the value for our art. And this is why a lot of people are starving, and monopoly's only gonna get bigger and better. And it's gonna be a lot of people that continue to starve. So y'all gotta learn how to think for yourself so that you have the ability to create you some income based on what you do. You feel me? So that's just something that I wanted to give to the artists. It works for me, you know what I'm saying? And if I was a full-time artist, that's all I will be focusing on. When people focus on the fame, yeah, of course you go lose, because they go dangle that in front of you. But that's just a funnel. You know what I mean? You need to have products. You need to have a funnel set up. You need to have a business plan, right? You need to have software connecting to it, the whole thing. You feel me? You need to figure out a way to actually have a business, because music is a business, right? And if you don't know how to create your own personal business for what you do, then you will continue to lose, and you'll continue to have pennies, and you will be mad at the people at the top because they eating off their art while you starving off yours. So anyway, y'all have a beautiful and blessed day. I got to go get ready for this challenge. I got things to go teach. You feel me? I'll look forward to y'all continuing to tap in. I have a lot of announcements that's going to be coming, projects we've been working on, huge projects. If you're on the West Coast, definitely make sure y'all come meet us. We got a new headquarters opening up. I'll let y'all know. The birthday coming up on the 4th. We got new books that's dropping. We got a new super event that we're going to be throwing. I want to see the whole culture there. This is to accelerate us to a whole nother level. You know, yeah. The rest is all on you. Y'all have a beautiful day. Peace.